Hey guys, it's Cecil Pearson Jr. here. Um, I have had a lot of people coming at me about my opinion about gay folk and homosexuality, and they always quote Leviticus. Well, here's my opinion. You might agree with it, you might not. I don't really care. But this is what it says. Now, if you're going to follow the Bible, let's follow the Bible, okay? Now, Leviticus 18 says that mankind lying with mankind and womankind lying with womankind is an abomination. Leviticus 19:19 says, you must obey my decree. You shall not plant two types of seeds in your fields. You may not wear any garment with two types of woven material. So how many of you got to take your clothes off right now where you're standing at while you watch this video? Because if you're wearing blue jeans or you're wearing a t-shirt, or you're wearing anything that's not 100% cotton, you got to take it off because it's a blended material. See, that's Jewish law that you're looking at, Jewish law. We are followers of Christ, therefore we are under Christ law. Now Christ said he came not to abolish the law, but to fulfill it, okay? And that was the 10 Commandments. Then he gave us a few other things that we were supposed to do. And if you really look at what Jesus gave us, it encompasses the whole 10 Commandments and a whole lot more. One of them is love the Lord thy God with all thy heart and only serve him. That's the main one. The second one was do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Okay? You're not going to go lie on your brother because you don't want your brother to go lie on you. You're not going to steal from your brother because you don't want your brother to steal from you. And love thy neighbor as thyself. Now, folks, that encompasses every commandment that there is, every one of them. But he went a little further. See, he, in Matthew chapter 7, he tells us, judge not, lest ye be judged by the same manner of that which thou hast judged. Cast not the mote from thine brother's eye till thou pluckest the beam from thine own. So, with that in mind, here's my opinion of homosexuality and lesbianism and gay folks. I don't have one. I don't have an opinion. I don't know if they're right. I don't know if they're wrong, because it's not my place to judge them. See, that's it. It's not my place to judge them. It's not your place to judge them. It's your place to show them the love of God. It is not your place to tell them what they're doing is wrong. That's not your place, because Jesus said he come into this world to save it, not to judge it. Okay? That's what he said. He said, I come not to judge the world, but to save it. We're supposed to be like Christ. So how are we going to put ourselves above what Jesus said and start judging people? It's not our place to judge anybody. And that's what's wrong with the world today, is too many people want to sit on a pew or do nothing and judge others. Well, turn that judgment finger back around at you. And I ask you, do you need to take off your shirt? Do you need to take off your pants and your socks and your underwear? Do you need to be naked? Because if you're going to judge the homosexuals, judge yourself. Because it's time that you start wearing 100% cotton. Otherwise, hush. Because your sin is just as great as theirs, according to Jewish law. See, God looks at sin differently than man does. We look at sin like, well, it's just a lie. But God looks at it as, well, that's just sin. That's the same sin as murder. That's the same sin as adultery. That's the same sin as fornication. That's the same sin as bowing down to an idol. That's the same sin as stealing. A lie is a lie, is a sin. A sin is a sin is a sin. Okay? It's not mankind's job to judge others. It's our job to act as perfect as we can and follow the example that Jesus gave us and not judge others. And folks, I'm going to tell you right now, it's hard to do. It's hard not to want to give your opinion on something. But that's what it is. It's your opinion. And everybody's got an opinion, and most of them are like a tail hole. They stink. Okay? So don't be judging other folk. That ain't your place. So what is my opinion of homosexuals? I don't have one. All I know is that when somebody, anybody, a drunk, a drug addict, a homosexual, a gay person, a murderer, a liar, a cheater, a stealer, an adulterer, whoever, whenever they come to Jesus, Jesus looked around and he says, let he who is among you without sin cast the first stone. Ain't a one of you can throw a rock, not one. So hush. When that person, whoever it is, has a real meaningful experience with Jesus and God, that person's life is going to become what Jesus and God wants it to be. Not what you want it to be, what they want it to be. So, don't be running up on your big high horse thinking you're better than everybody else. Like I said, do you need to take your clothes off? And that's all I got to say about the matter. I love y'all, but not as much as God.